3. So we got the movie Oh Hi. Feels like a dark comedy with romance elements added to it. It stars Molly Gordon and Logan Lerman. You know, the guy from Percy Jackson movies, which is cool because I haven't seen him on the big screen for a while now. I think it's been like a couple of years. When a handsome man and a beautiful young woman go on a romantic getaway, feels like they're a couple when a bombshell hits their relationship slash dynamic and changes it forever. And begs the question and asks whether the topic of relationship status comes to up, such as a boyfriend or girlfriend, what would you do in that given situation? When both parties want two totally completely different things, will they stay together, will be together, or will they argue and fight? Find out as we talk about it. So basically, the first 25% on the movie, it's beautiful. It's magical. They're this couple. They feel like a dream team. They go out to a farm, to like a remote location. So they're from New York. They're on a romantic getaway, basically. They're on the beach. They're drinking. They're having fun. They're making love. They're having sex. They're kissing, you know, God knows what. They're having a good time, right? They're making love to each other. They're doing everything right. But as you've seen from the trailers, Logan Lerman's Isaac gets tied up to the bed because I guess they're doing some kinky stuff that they found in the remote location. And she asks the question or begs the top of conversation. I guess they're arguing or something, and she says, so as a couple, which breaks his line of concentration, and he goes into a frenzy of not wanting to be in a relationship, and he stands his ground. He was being honest. He's like, oh, I think we want something totally, completely two different things. So basically, Isaac, Logan Lerman's character, he does not want to be in a relationship, while Molly Gordon's character, Iris, wants to be in a relationship. And the reason why I laughed is because I had an Iris like fling back in high school, so I just brought up memories. However, when I was looking at photos when I saw on Instagram, I didn't think they were gonna have chemistry together. I was just like, all right, well, but you can't undeniably they do have a lot of chemistry together. It doesn't look that way from the still shots and screenshots of the photos or the way the movie is, but the way it's played out in scenery when they're actually moving around and talking to each other, they do have connection with each other. Whether they get together or not at the end, it doesn't really matter. So as the movie progresses, Isaac is literally tied up to the bed, and Iris, kind of being a crazy, psychotic, psychological, perky yet beautiful girlfriend, she's trying to make this guy fall for him. So she's Googling it, she's talking to her friends, she's talking to her mother, and she convinces him, hey, we have to do this idea. You have to be tied up to the bed so you can learn me, so you can learn my personality. They go through various exercises such as deep thinking, concentration, even like some dancing and stuff. She's like, oh, you have to ask me questions. You have to be there to give her a chance to be with him. I don't watch trailers ever since I seen the movie. I usually watch the trailers after I seen the movie. And when I initially first saw this movie in the theaters, when I saw photos, when I knew I was going to, I didn't think she was attractive. If anything, I rated her on like a scale from 7 to 10. Now, look at me, I'm like a 5 or 6, you know, I'm probably a little bit more than that. But I was like, oh, she's okay. I guess the photos made her out to be not that like beautiful and stuff, to be honest with you. And the reason why I'm saying this is because throughout the movie, she has earned my love. Like the way she is, her perky attitude, yeah, she's kind of crazy and psychotic, but the way she's you know, she's trying to win him over. She won me over. So I was just like, wow. And the reason why is because Logan Lerman, he was already like an 8 out of 10. He was like the pretty boy in the situation. I thought initially he was better than her, but as the movie progressed, that's why I'm telling you, she won me over. I'm like, wow, you're not just a girl that I would be in a situationship. The way you are, I would literally date you and marry her. As we discussed before, it doesn't go away from that crazy dark comedic vibes. She's still trying to be played for laughs and stuff with his situation, giving him tied to the bed. But still, however, it does raise some ethical and moral real world questions. This script or this movie would have never worked if it was the other way around. Think about it. Let's say the girl was tied to the bed and a guy was trying to like tell her to be with him. That would have never worked, especially in 2025 with post Me Too movement and like being creeps and stuff, or the power dynamic. It would have never worked. But the reason why this movie works so well is because she never loses that sense of vibes as being lovable but kind of crazy, kind of psychotic. She still has that googly playful laughs in terms of like comedic vibes, so it never loses that focus. And of course, Logan Lerman being tied to the bed just feeds off of that. You know, he's just basically playing or reaction from her, which works pretty good in this sort of way. But if it would have never worked, it was the other way around, to be honest, because I feel like Molly, she emphasizes the movie with that charisma that the movie needs to keep it grounded but also comedic and lighthearted at the same time. Here are some interesting facts though when the bombshell happens. I guess they both wanted two different things. When they're in the conversation, right, she's telling him, I guess they're talking about something, right? And then he's like, whoa, we're not a couple. And then it goes into this frenzy. One of the things, it could kind of be convoluted and kind of like conflicted and also like head scratching because it throws a lot of information in that scene. I guess she's telling him, and I'm paraphrasing here, I told you I'm not seeing other people and I don't want you having sex with other girls unprotected because we're having sex unprotected. And then the guy Isaac, he's telling her like, oh, I thought you told me to have sex with other girls but with a condom, or just only with you, not without it. And I'm just like, all right, well, like, it's just, I guess the communication could have been better built, but they wanted two completely different things. It's just a classic case of miscommunication, you know? But I'm glad they started talking about this now. Otherwise, imagine later down the road, if they talk about relationships, more feelings would have been getting hurt since they would have been more attached. But here's the thing. I think it's both of them faults too, because they've been seeing each other, the movie implies, for 4 months, right? 4 months. Even for me, I think 2 months is worthy enough. If you see someone consistently every single weekend or every single week, for 2 months, you probably know if you want to be in a relationship or not. I mean, 4 months, that's kind of crazy, to be honest. And they go on this romantic getaway trip. Did you know in Japan, and I saw this video, that it takes 3 days to know if you're in a relationship? First is just feeling each other out. Second, if it's next level. And third is actually the relationship date. Comment down below if you are from Japan. I saw that from an Instagram reel and I was like, ooh. But it's like, both of them, their faults too, because who takes a situationship to a romantic getaway? I mean, Lerman did say one time, is it my fault because I treated you too well? He's treating her to scallops. They're buying wine. They're drinking. I mean, let's be honest. I've had relationships, I had girlfriends, and I had friends with benefits, and situationships. Yes, situationships, I would see them before I go out to the club, or when I come home drunk from the club, or maybe just like on a 1 hour on a Saturday before my day gets started, right? But when it's a girlfriend or wife or future wife, I actually treat them well. Now, don't get me wrong, I've had multiple one-night stands and situationships that I do treat well, because why not? You should treat everyone well, you know, the way I would think about it. But I would never take a situationship or someone that I'm just casually having sex with, but still caring about it, to on a romantic getaway trip. Yes, I have done it with hotel rooms because I want both of us to be comfortable. I'll get some drinks, take her out to a nice dinner or whatever, you know. I'll do that, even if she's not my girlfriend, because I just want us to have a good time, you know, feeling good. And having a hotel just opens up to so many like positions, possibilities, kinky stuff. So I understand that aspect, but still, when you're going on a getaway trip for on a weekend, I mean, I get it. People see each other for one night stands, you know, flings at the hotels, which is what I would do, like I told you. But a romantic getaway trip, that's kind of crazy. That's crazy. I mean, think about it. You're taking someone that you're just casually having sex with, right? And you're taking them out on a romantic getaway trip far from the city. So they're from New York, they go to some farm. Think about it. Time driving there. The time being there. This is not just 1 week. It's not just like 1 day. This is multiple days. And Isaac, I'm just like, bro, like, yes, you treated her well, but like, why are you doing this if you're not gonna try to be her boyfriend? Like, that's what I'm thinking too. Like, some guys, please let me know in the comments, but I would never do that. The most I would treat her is to dinner. I'll take her out to like a concert and then go to a hotel. That's it, like a 1 day thing. You know, the supporting cast is pretty cool. You see other characters from big known movies that just released recently, such as Thunderbolts, so the friend dynamic's cool, and they also add to the playful banter of never leaving it to be dark comedy, you know? So they're always trying to help her, and there's some dark magic involved, which is weird because the day before I was searching that, you know, but they all know what they signed up for. The movie never loses focus of being a dark comedy. Yeah, she's kind of crazy, she's lovable, she's kind of psychotic, but that's what the movie makes so great, because Molly can deliver that role in terms of amazing space and how the movie progresses. Look, one thing is undeniably true. They do have amazing chemistry together. At the end of the day, I do love her commitment to wanting him to be her boyfriend, and actually her going through down this path. Although it could be kind of crazy and psychotic, and a lot of guys would definitely run for the hills. I mean, I had people like that, but not to the extent like this, being tied up to the bed. That is like a no. And even think about it. I'm not gonna tell you if they end up together or not, but if they do, that would have been crazy. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna give it a grade. I'm just saying no grade, but it feels weird but good. If you made it this far, I really appreciate so much. Maybe considering hitting that like button and turning on notifications so you never miss a video. And with that, take care. Bye.